Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Raymond and Tirsa Martin High School's 2018 commencement exercise. I invite everyone to stand, please, for the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and National Anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. The Pledge of Allegiance will be recited by Senior Daniela Sarai Gamboa Garcia.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I ask that you please remain standing and observe a moment of silent meditation to please honor Mr. Jose R. Perez, our beloved LSD Board Trustee, and Cigarroa students Alexis Regosa and Jocelyn Arredondo. Thank you. Please be seated. As we celebrate this special occasion, please keep in mind that this is a formal ceremony. Please turn off your cell phones or place them on silent mode. I ask that in consideration of others, you refrain from shouting loudly, using noisemakers, or trying to get your graduates' attention. Everyone here wishes to celebrate this important accomplishment. We want to celebrate this moment in a dignified manner for the benefit of everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to the Mighty Martin High School class of 2018. Allow me to introduce our honored platform guests. Honored guests, please stand and be recognized as I call your name. From our Board of Trustees, the Honorable Mr. Hector J. Garcia, LISD Board President. The Honorable Mr. Hector Noyola, LISD Board Vice President and Tiger Legend. The Honorable Mr. Ricardo Garza, LISD Board Secretary. The Honorable Cindy Liendo, LISD Board Trustee. The Honorable Dr. Cecilia May Moreno, LISD Board Trustee, MHS Graduate and Tiger Legend. The Honorable Mr. Jose Valdez, LISD Board Trustee and MHS Graduate and Tiger Legend. And of course, our leader, our Superintendent of Schools for the Laredo Independent School District, Dr. Sylvia Guerra Rios. Our LISD Cabinet, Ms. Roberta Ramirez, Assistant Superintendent of Administration, Compliance, and School Safety. Ms. Maggie Martinez, Assistant Superintendent of Student Support Services and Tiger Legend. Angel Velasquez, Assistant Superintendent for Plant Facility and Support Services. Mr. Oscar Perez, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction and former Principal of Martin High School. Mr. Miguel Munoa, Assistant Superintendent of Technology Services. Ms. Flora Ayala, Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Business Services and Tiger Legend. Ms. Veronica Castillon, Executive Director of Communications and Community Relations. Ms. Mitala Ramirez, Director of Elementary Education and Tiger Legend. Mr. Rogelio Garcia, Career and Technical Education and Tiger Alumni. Rosina Silva, Director of Guidance and Counseling. Dr. Marta Villarreal, Director of the Vidal M. Trevino School of Communication and Tiger Legend. Alfredo Perez, Director of Savas Perez School for Engineering. Ms. Melissa Valdez, the Director of the Jose Valdez High School and Tiger Alumni. Mr. Roberto Villarreal, our Chief of Police. Armando Molina, Principal of FS Lara Academy. To my left, Mr. Jorge Vargas, father of our valedictorian. Sara and Roberto Gamboa, parents of our salutatorian. Dalí Peña, our senior sponsor. Claudia Zuniga, our senior advisor. Our Martin High School counselors, Ms. Ana Montemayor, lead and junior counselor and MHS alumni. Ms. Rosa Olga Lozano, senior counselor. Ms. Sylvia Lara, freshman counselor. Ms. Dalia Martinez, sophomore counselor. Ms. Zulema Mata Perez, health science magnet and early college counselor and MHS alum. Ms. Leticia Garibay, special populations counselor. Ms. Stacy Evans, our at-risk counselor. Mr. Antonio Cavazos, LCDC counselor. Ms. Ana Lara Solis, VMT counselor. Mr. Joey Ortiz, our Valdez High School counselor. Ms. Lupita Martinez, our Lara counselor. Now, our Martin High School administrators. Ms. Geraldina Arredondo, Director of the Dr. Dennis V. Cantu Science Magnet and Early College High School and MHS grad. Mr. Victor Guerra, our Career Academies Dean and Assistant Principal. Ms. Carmen Linares Beltran, our Assistant Principal and MHS grad. Mr. Mario Mireles, our Assistant Principal and MHS grad. Mr. Jesus J. Gonzalez, Assistant Principal and MHS grad. Whoa, a fly. The diploma roll call will be made by Ms. Zulema Mata Perez and Ms. Cristina Segura. And I am the proud principal of Martin High School, Mr. Guillermo Pro. At this time, I would like to recognize our teachers, paraprofessionals, and all Tiger staff. Please stand in a round of applause for our Tiger teachers that have produced these fine graduates today. I would now like to call on the Honorable Hector J. Noyola, LISD Board Vice President, to deliver a message to our students. Please help me welcome our guests.
Good evening, Tigerland. What a special privilege it is for me to greet the Martin High School class of 2018. And I say mighty because this class is made up of truly remarkable students. You are the most spirited, energetic, big-hearted graduates that I have had the pleasure of seeing grow into fine young men and women you have become. And your band, they don't call it the Banda del Ánimo for nothing. Look at the crowd we have assembled here today to witness your class receive their diplomas. It is amazing to see this sea of red in front of me and all the well-wishers sitting in the audience. This is pretty special for me. I graduated from Martin High School a few years ago. My children graduated from Martin High School, and I hope my grandchildren get to attend this amazing, tradition-filled institution. In other words, like you, we bleed tiger red. Today, we celebrate Martin High School class of 2018. Most of you were 17 or 18 years old. That means you were born at the start of the new millennium. Bill Clinton was president of the United States, and Vicente Fox was president of Mexico. You started your education 4 or 5 years later as a little one in kinder and continued through elementary school, middle school, and finally in high school. You have gone to all your classes, read the books, written all your papers, and you are finally wearing the red cap and the red gown. Today you are here to celebrate your achievements. I admire your resilience, your ability to complete what you started, and your ability to meet your goal of graduating from high school. And now you can focus on your goal of going to college, starting a career, or getting into the military. You now join hundreds of graduates who are proud to call Martin High School their alma mater. Now it's your turn to make your mark in the community, to make this world a better place to live by using your education and God-given talents. God bless you, Martin High School class of 2018. Be safe, make wise decisions, come back and visit often. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Noyola, for your inspiring words. Before I introduce our next guest, forgive me, but I did not introduce my good friend and former nemesis, Dr. Gerardo Cruz, our Executive Director for Human Resources. Not on purpose. Of course not. And now, next to address is our district's leader. Please help me welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Sylvia Guerra Rios.
Good evening, everyone. I have to say that I am very honored to be here tonight, but not because it's a task, but because I am standing here before 100 or more years of tradition. As Mr. Noyola said, in a sea of red, in a sea of faithfulness, in a sea of Martin High School graduates who will carry on these traditions. And so, with that being said, it is a very, very important evening for you tonight, and I bet you're thinking, hurry up, get it over with. We need to graduate and go on to the party. So I know that's the case. So, with that being said, de parte de nuestra mesa directiva escolar de LISD, les ofrezco un saludo muy sincero y de todo corazón. Bienvenido a todos que hoy nos acompañan para celebrar la graduación de nuestros alumnos. Hoy, estos jóvenes embarcan en un camino nuevo hacia un futuro que se formará con el tiempo por sus esfuerzos propios y con el apoyo de sus padres, sus maestros y sus amigos. Los felicitamos en esta gran ocasión. Ladies and gentlemen, today we celebrate families. And I want to talk to you seniors about families. Right now you're sitting in a very special family. The LISD family, but even better than that, the Martin High School family. You are surrounded by family on either side of you. Members who have been with you through thick and thin, who have stood by you in so many different ways. And over here, behind me, Mr. Pro just finished introducing people who are another part of your family. This is the family of educators who have been with you in different ways to give you opportunities so that you can be prepared for whatever comes next. With that being said, I want you to think of this little phrase, mighty seniors of the class of 2018 from Martin High School. The power of imagination makes us infinite. I'm going to say it again. The power of imagination makes us infinite. What is infinity? Something that has no end. Your imagination makes you infinite. But more than that, your imagination is shaped by the families of which you are a part. Since you were a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old attending Laredo ISD schools, and I know that there's a gentleman here who has come back to get that diploma from Martin High School, Mr. Alfredo Garza, 40 years later. So education from the age of 3 through 40 years later, someone who has the valor and the persistence to get here, to be amongst you. I talked a little bit about sacrifice a while ago, and I talked about families who love you. I'm going to tell you a little story, seniors, and if you remember something tonight, I want you to think about this story, because it is a story that has been repeated for years. It's a story about a teenager. And see, this teenager believed, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be the next rock star, but I need a big, shiny, beautiful guitar. And it needs to be that special shape, and it needs to be something that's gonna take me to the top as a heavy metal artist. And I know that there's some of you here who probably play the guitar, and maybe you do it in front of a mirror, and maybe you're doing that for the future. So think about that. There's this teenager, he wants this guitar, but here's the problem. The guitar costs over $800. So this guy says, hey, you know, man, I gotta find a way to get me $800, and I gotta get it quick. Because the quicker I can get it, the faster I can buy this beautiful, shiny new guitar. So he starts thinking and thinking and thinking, how can I get this money? And then he says, oh, I know. I am going to start doing a whole bunch of jobs around my house. But here's the thing. When I do these jobs, I'm going to charge somebody for them. Hey, my time is valuable. My work is valuable, so I'm going to start charging. So what this guy does is that he starts thinking, okay, I am going to be smart about this. I am going to make sure that I put dollars to every single job. So he starts thinking, okay, what can I do around the house? So he does this for a while. And when he finishes doing all these jobs, here's his bright idea. I am going to put them on an invoice. And I'm going to take this invoice or this bill, and I'm going to leave it to my parents so that they can pay up. So he starts figuring it out and he says, taking out the trash. Okay, $20 per bag per day. Okay. And then he says, washing the family car. Man, that's hard work, especially in Laredo heat. Okay, just a little rinse, $30. They want a little bit more, $40. And if they really want the deluxe job, $50 to wash the car. Then he says, well, you know, my mom is always telling me, clean your room, clean your room. Okay, I'll do it. But it's going to cost. And he says, cleaning my room. Well, considering the condition, that job is going to get me $50 a week because I can't find anything in that room. And so the list goes on and on and on, and every little thing that he does, he'll volunteer, and he writes all these jobs and all this money he's going to collect. So he gets this bill, and he puts it in an envelope, and he puts the envelope on the kitchen table where his mom and dad could find it. So he thinks he's real smart. In the morning, he gets up, and he finds another envelope. And to his surprise, he's thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to pay me. So he opens the envelope and he takes out another bill. But this time, it's a bill from his parents. And he's amazed as he starts reading, because this is what he reads. Giving you life, $0. Getting up at night when you thought that monsters were hiding under your bed or in your closet, $0. Taking care of you when you had your earaches and your toothaches and your tummy aches, $0. Helping you do your homework at the last minute because you waited, $0. Working on your science fair project in the 3rd grade, you know, when you wanted to make that volcano thing, $0. Listening to you when you broke up with your girlfriend or she broke up with you and you thought the world would end, $0. Being there when your team won that big district game, $0. Picking you up when you fell down, $0. Believing in you. Believing in you. Even when you didn't believe in yourself, $0. So the message of this story, Tigers, is that there have always been people in your life around you who have lifted you up, who have made it possible for you to be where you are. And they charged you $0. Beginning with the people closest to you, your mothers, your fathers, your abuelitos and abuelitas, your friends. People sacrificed something so that you could have something more. People have been there for you when you've been down. People have taught you the difference between right and wrong, good and evil. People have given you the tools to persevere, to persist, and reach your goals. People who love you, regardless of the choices that you make, whether they are good choices or bad choices, they keep on loving you. People like your coaches and teachers, our LISD Board of Trustees, our LISD family, who want something more for you. So what is it that these people are asking for? What is it that your parents are asking you for? They're simply asking you to pay it forward. Use the tools that you have been given to become your better self, to continue your education, to make a difference in this world for yourselves, your families, and whatever community you choose to live. This is what they're expecting of you. And that is what you are required to do. When you get out of here, your summers might not be the same summers you have right now. When you get a job, someone's going to tell you when to get up. You're going to have to go make that dollar so you can survive. But right now, you have choices to make. But it all takes hard work, persistence, desire. Persistence and desire. That means you don't give up. You persist, you persist, you persist until you get it done. Remember a little while ago, I said for you to remember a phrase. And the phrase was, the power of imagination makes us infinite. Well, I'm changing that. The power of your imagination makes you infinite. You have the power to change the world. And no lie, it's going to take some work. But you can succeed. And because you are tigers, you've been around so long, your school has been around so long, this school has lived through it all, persisted. To the families of the 2018 graduates, we sincerely thank you for your support, encouragement, and the sacrifices that you have made. Students, you have to be able to recognize those sacrifices because someday you're going to make them yourself. Para todos los familiares de los graduantes de la clase escolar 2018, les ofrezco una multitud de gracias por los esfuerzos y sacrificios que han extendido para el beneficio de sus hijos, hijas y sus nietos. Las oportunidades en sus futuros serán muchas más para estos jóvenes porque ustedes nunca les han faltado. Sus consejos, cariño y ejemplos siempre iluminarán sus caminos. Mil gracias y que Dios los bendiga. And to you, mighty class of 2018 Martin High School Tigers, go out there and take the world by storm.
Thank you, Dr. Rios. Okay, students, now it's my turn to address you. And I have a few simple rules for you to follow as you go out into the world. You know, people often talk about what it takes to be successful, and there is no one recipe. There isn't. There are many ways to do it. But if you study people and you learn about them, you'll figure out that there are some common factors between all successful people. So I'm going to give you a few hints as to what to look for if you want to become one of those successful people. The first thing you should do is have a vision. And what vision means is that you have to have a goal. If you don't have a goal with a time limit, you are going to wander and wander and wander and end up nowhere. Have a vision of where you want to be in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years. Think about that today. Because if you don't have a plan, in 20 years you're going to wake up and wonder, what should I do? Start that vision now. The second thing you should do is don't ever think little. Don't think little, think big. Don't go into something and say, well, I hope I get that job and maybe I can work a little while. No. Why don't you say, I want to be the manager at that job. I want to be the boss. I want to be the owner. I want to be the banker. I want to be the teacher. I want to be the superintendent. I want to be someone great. And I want to do great things. Why not? If others can do it, you can do it. So think bigger. Don't think little. Think big. The third thing you should do is work hard. You've got to work hard. Don't ever let someone beat you because you did not work hard enough. Don't let the person next to you get the job that you wanted. Don't let someone get the car that you wanted, the house that you wanted. Don't let someone get the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the dream that you wanted because you didn't work hard enough. Everything you do requires hard work. And if you work hard, as you can see by the 12 distinction banners behind us, you will achieve. Number 4, don't always take. Don't always take from people. You've got to give back. Give back of yourself. And you don't have to give money. You can give time. You can give attention. If you give back to those who have given to you, it'll all come around and it's going to make you successful. These 4 simple little rules will carry with you throughout the rest of your lives. And never forget that Martin High School has prepared you because we've given you the tools that you need to be successful. We've taught you to be responsible, to be respectful, to be safe, to have integrity, to be loyal. I talk about being loyal to Martin High School every single day. And I always start the announcements with, we are at Martin High School, the flagship high school of Laredo, the first, the best, the only high school of red and white that this city has ever known that has produced the greatest people of this city. Now, I'm not saying that other high schools are not great. What I'm saying is we were the first. So you have a responsibility on your shoulders to carry on the tradition that makes you a Martin Tiger. Finally, if you want to be great, you gotta have ganas. Martin High School is a school of ganas. If you go to our pep rallies, if you're there with the conjunto, if you're with the banda del ánimo, if you're on the basketball court, if you are part of Martin High School, you know what ganas mean. And I know you've got ganas, and we have ganas for you. And never forget who you are, because once a tiger, always a tiger. Okay, at this time, allow me to introduce the Certificate of Merit recipients. These outstanding students represent the top 5% of the Martin High School class of 2018. Dr. Rios, will you please join me in recognizing these students? The students receiving the Certificates of Merit, please form a line to my left as you receive your certificate and remain standing.
We've always let the board too on the others. Do you want to come?
And of course, board members, please join us on stage to honor our recipients. Ms. Zulema Mata Perez will read the names.
Number 24, Gloria Noemí Hernández García. Number 23, Eileen Alejandra Bryan. Number 22, Gerardo Ismael Moreno. Number 21, Karen Figueroa. Number 20, Blanca Margarita Molina. Number 19, Yesenia Contreras. Number 18, Joanna Cassandra Peña. Number 17, Sandra Lisette Martinez. Number 16, Giselle Alicia Sonier Ruiz. Number 15, Oscar Gael Hernandez. Number 14, Iván Eduardo Molina Vargas. Number 13, Miguel Ángel Pompa. Number 12, Kelly Itzel Salazar. Number 11, María Fernanda Rivera. Number 10, Clara Fernanda Rivera. Number 9, Cassandra Torres Gomez. Number 8, Karma Rebecca Flores. Number 7, Atsiri Barrio Garcia. Number 6, Alondra Badillo Garcia. Number 5, Carlos Daniel Cruz. Number 4, Jesus Alejandro Vázquez. Number 3, Carmen Natalie Gomez. Our salutatorian, Daniela Saraí Gamboa Garcia. And our valedictorian, Crystal Alicia Vargas.
Let's give our top scholars a traditional Tiger round of applause. Students, you may now join your classmates. At this time, allow me to introduce our valedictorian and salutatorian. Our valedictorian and salutatorian will be presented with an honor award. Dr. Rios, please join me in this presentation. Our salutatorian for the mighty class of 2018 is Daniela Saraí Gamboa Garcia. Daniela will be attending Texas A&M International University in Laredo, where she will pursue a degree in education. Upon completion of the program, she hopes to continue her postgraduate studies at Texas A&M University in College Station and pursue a career in education administration. Our valedictorian for the mighty class of 2018 is Miss Crystal Alicia Vargas. Crystal. Crystal's father is Jorge Vargas, and her brother is Jorge Vargas Jr. Would you please join us here at the front of the stage? A round of applause for the parents, also the valedictorian. Crystal will seek a career in radiology. She'll start off at Laredo Community College and then Texas State University. Our salutatorian's parents, did we introduce them? With a little confusion here? So our salutatorian, of course, was Daniela Sarai Gamboa Garcia. Her parents are Sara and Roberto Gamboa. A round of applause for the parents of the salutatorian. Thank you. At this time, we will have our valedictorian's address by Ms. Crystal Alicia Vargas.
Good evening, faculty, alumni, friends, family, distinguished guests, and graduates. Class of 2018, this is your day. We're here to celebrate one of the biggest milestones in our lives. But before that, I want you to think about how far you've come individually. Think back to freshman year, to when high school was just a big collection of ideas, to when sitting here in these caps and gowns seemed forever away. Acknowledge the fact that you're not the same person walking out of here today. You're stronger, more confident, and more knowledgeable, hopefully. I hope you're proud of yourself because this is a huge accomplishment. Now look around you. Look at your peers, your classmates, your friends. You might not know the person sitting next to you. You might have watched this person grow up. Whatever the case, despite the differences in aspirations, achievements, dreams, and passions, we are all the same. We are all Martin. We are all Tigers. Never forget that. Never forget where you came from. After you graduate, you get to use your education to give back to your community. In the past, our lives have mostly been in order: elementary, middle school, and high school, each year leading up to the next. But after today, our future isn't as clear, direct, or controlled. You get to decide what comes next. You get to live a life that's solely your own, and it's because you started here. Things you learned here in high school will impact you forever. And I'm not talking about what the powerhouse of the cell is, or what the derivative of 5x cubed is, which, by the way, is the mitochondria, and 5x 15 squared. I'm talking about the things you may have learned outside of the classroom, or something more than out of the lesson plan. Things like loyalty and friendship, like bravery and kindness. Lessons you could have learned from your enemies, your family, and your friends. Speaking of friends, I want to thank those in my life. Can the following people please stand up? Adzuri Barrio, Alondra Barrio, Karen Figueroa, Luis Ponce, Clara Rivera, Maria Rivera, and Cassandra Torres Gomez. I want to thank them for sticking by my side, for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself, and for pushing me to be here. You'll always have a special place in my heart. Also, shout out to Karen, Karina, Karma, and a bunch of others who encouraged me, so thank you. I'm sure each of you in this room have people in your life that have influenced you like they have influenced me. So please let them know what they mean to you. Thank your loved ones for their continuing support and encouragement. I would like to thank my parents, Jorge Humberto Vargas and Norma Idalia Jimenez. They have put up with so much, and I hope I get to make them proud one day. I hope someday I can even be 10% of who you are. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Thank you for never giving up on me. I would also like to thank my brother. He is one of the main reasons I try so hard. He is my motivation. I would like to send a special thank you to the Reina family. Lisa, Sandy, Gracie, you all mean the world to me, and I will forever be grateful for what you've done for my family. Your impact will never be forgotten. I would like to extend my gratitude to our teachers. I have so much respect for you. I can't even imagine what you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You've done a fantastic job because we all ended up in caps and gowns. Thank you for choosing to help us. Thank you, Ms. Rebecca Reyes, for never getting overly frustrated with my endless questioning and for putting up with more than you have to. Thank you, Ms. Lorena Reyes, for always pushing me to be more open to new experiences and for always being there to listen. You have no idea the impact you've left on me and many others. Needless to say, graduates, we need to thank our teachers. Class of 2018, I leave you with this. We are all at the same level. People take it one day at a time, and if you need to do that, that's fine. You don't have to go at anyone's pace but your own. In closing, Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Thank you for allowing me to be part of your memories, and thank you for being part of mine. Once a tiger, always a tiger. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Crystal and Daniela, I invite you to join your class. At this time, I would like to present to you the first class of the State Foundation and Distinguished Level of Achievement graduates. There are a total of 466 graduates. Please stand and be recognized. Next, I would like to recognize those students that have completed the House Bill 1 dual enrollment program and each having earned 12 college credit hours. Please, these academic scholars are wearing the purple and white cords. Please stand and be recognized. We would also like to recognize our magnet students from the Dr. Dennis D. Cantu Health Science Magnet who have demonstrated a commitment to their education. Health Magnet students, please stand and be recognized. In addition, let's recognize our Vidal M. Trevino School of Communication students. Please stand and be recognized. Those students that attended and are awesome students from Savas Perez School for Engineering, please stand and be recognized. Our career and technical education students, these students have successfully completed the following certificates: Certified Nurse Assistant, Emergency Medical Technician, Microsoft Certified Application Specialist, IRS Volunteer, Occupational Safety, Safety and Pollution, and Cybersecurity. All of these career and technical education students, please stand and be recognized. We would now like to recognize those students that are part of the Superintendent's Student Advisory Council. These students advise the Superintendent of current current things going on in the school district, please stand and be recognized. We would like to recognize all those students that gave blood, tiger blood, to make sure that people would live. For every student that gave, they saved 3 lives with their tiger blood. Those students who donated tiger blood, please stand and be recognized. Next, we would like to recognize all those students that donated 100 hours or more of community service. 100 hours or more, please stand and be recognized. Those students that accumulated more than 500 community hours remain standing. If you accumulated 2,000 or more, remain standing. 3,000. If you accumulated more than 5,000, remain standing. Ruby Guerrero compiled a total of 5,660. Wave, Ruby, where are you? Daniela Gamboa Garcia, 7,155. And Leslie Marie Martinez with 10,145 hours. The total number of community service hours earned by the mighty class of 2018 is 245,935 hours. On scholarship night, our students, this is how much they earned. At the MHS scholarship night, $2,989,000. From LCC, from Pell Grants, and the Texas Public Education Grant, $2,725,000. From Texas A&M Pell Grant, $1,126,000. The total amount awarded to Martin High School students this year, $6,841,000. I've got 3 very special students that I would like to recognize. These students, believe it or not, have maintained perfect attendance from pre-K 3 all the way through their senior year. I would like to recognize at this time Mr. Jonathan Moncada. Please stand and be recognized. I would also like to recognize Mr. Sergio Agustin Tejirina. Please stand and be recognized. And now, an equally very important student. This student, her sister, in 2016, her sister, Gabby Torres Gomez, achieved perfect attendance from pre-K 3 to 12th grade, and now Cassandra Torres Gomez, her sister, has done the same thing. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations on your perfect attendance. Graduates, Dr. Rios, I am now ready to present to you the mighty Martin High School class of 2018. Please join me at this time to certify the graduates. I, Guillermo Pro, as principal of Raymond and Tirsa Martin High School, proudly present and certify to the Laredo Independent School District Board of Trustees and Dr. Silvio Guerra Rios, Superintendent of Schools, that all the candidates before you have met all the graduation requirements of the state of Texas, the Texas Education Agency, as well as those of the Laredo Independent School District, and are entitled to receive their high school diploma. I present to you the candidates of the Martin High School class of 2018. Dr. Rios, please accept my recommendation to certify the class.
And now, the moment that you have been waiting for. With the authority vested in me by the Laredo Independent School District Board of Trustees, the Texas Education Agency, I certify that the members of the graduating class of 2018 who have completed all graduation requirements are hereby proclaimed graduates with all the rights and privileges. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Graduates, at this time, the front row, please remain standing. The rest of the graduates, please sit. We will now commence the handing out of the diplomas. At this time, Board of Trustees, will you please join us in the front? Ms. Zulema Mata Perez and Ms. Cristina Segura will hand out the diplomas.
I don't come out in the.
Dante, is this one? Is that on? It's not on. It's not on.
Test.
The mics are not on. The mics are not on. They're not on. They're not on.
The mic. Thank you. Thank you.
Dante Luciano Adams.
Emily Agüero.
John Joseph Aguilar.
Zaira Aguilar.
Angel Aguilera.
Ashley Ray Aguirre.
Anthony Alcorta.
Alejandro Alonso.
Mónica Cordelia Alonso.
Adal Antonio Alvarado.
Juan Rogelio Alvarado in absentia.
Carlos Antonio Alvarado Martínez.
César Alberto Álvarez.
Love Annette Álvarez.
Saraí Álvarez.
Jacqueline Arizola.
Kevin Matthew Arispe.
Perla Yasmín Aratia Ávila.
María Trinidad Arredondo.
Rodolfo Arredondo.
JJ Arriaga.
Juan Manuel Arrioja.
Armando Arteaga.
Paulina Lisbeth Arteaga Solorzano.
Luis Ángel Ayala Jr.
Regina Ayala.
Atsiri Badillo García.
Alondra Badillo García.
María del Salvador Valdovinos.
Angeli Banda.
Emily Michelle Banda.
Héctor Banda.
Roxana Michelle Banda.
Víctor Rodolfo Banda.
Betty Marie Pilar Barrera.
José Víctor Rebeca Pérez.
Rosario Guadalupe Betancourt Llanos.
Jonathan Blanco.
Clemente Arturo Borrego.
Leonel Botello.
Eileen Alejandra Bryan.
Marta Bueno.
Kevin Javier Bustamante.
Jacqueline Cabral.
Abraham Cabrera III.
Ángela Camacho.
Victoria Alisa Canales.
Ruby Marisol Carballo.
Edmundo Cárdenas Jr.
Brenda Daniela Cardona,
Melanie Lisette Carmona,
Sergio Adrián Carmona Jr.,
Teresa Abigail Carmona Sánchez,
Ilsa Victoria de Dios Carranza Mendoza en absencia,
Matthew Carrión,
Miguel Alejandro Carrión,
Erwin Manuel Carrillo Romero,
David Cázares III,
Fernando Casiano,
Silvia del Carmen Castaños,
Amy Castillo,
Josué Castillo,
Melanie Samantha Castillo,
Brenda Elizabeth Castillo Castellanos,
César Enrique Castro,
Fortino Omar Castro en absencia,
Abigail Cedillo,
Wilbert Alberto Cedillo,
Ana Karen Celis,
Desiree Marie Cepeda,
Vicente Cepeda,
Fernando Tadeo Cerda,
Blanca Esmeralda Chapa,
Amanda Michelle Cisneros,
Jennifer Cisneros,
Natalie Cisneros,
Priscilla Alejandra Colunga,
Adiel Contreras III,
Bianca Contreras,
Leslie Jeanette Contreras,
Yesenia Contreras,
Joseph D. Kuhn,
Carlos Daniel Cruz,
Kiana Cruz,
Jocelyn Alia Cuella,
Cristina Cuevas,
Martín Dávalos Jr.,
Ángel Dávila,
Jennifer Yvette Dávila,
Ashley Jerisami Dávila Honguía,
Luisa Fernanda Beanda,
Ricardo Eliud de la Cruz,
Carlos de la Rosa Jr.,
Elvia Susana de León,
Julio de Hoyos Jr.,
Catherine Noemí del Ángel,
María Fernanda del Toro Torres,
Edgardo Delgadillo,
Iván Alexander Delgadillo,
Elliot Mitchell Delgado,
Joel Jesús Delgado,
Fernando Ricardo Díaz,
Jonathan Brian Díaz,
Leslie Marlem Díaz,
Edgar Manuel Díaz Montoya,
Kathy Jazmín Dueñas,
David Durán Jr.,
Jesús Durán Carrillo,
Julio Eduardo Durán Carrillo,
Abigail Nicole Elizondo,
Emily Esparza,
Lisa Marie Esparza,
Javier de Jesús Espinosa Ortiz,
Arisbeth Espinosa,
Daniel Isaac Espinosa González,
Adán José Esquivel,
Ashley Marie Esteves,
Austin Brandon Esteves,
Alejandro Favela,
Karen Lisette Figueroa,
Alondra Flores,
Armando Cristóbal Flores,
Carlos Daniel Flores,
Karma Rebecca Flores,
Ricardo Daniel Flores,
Jerly Raciel Fuentes,
Miguel Alejandro Fuentes,
Gerardo Galindo en absencia,
Natalia Verónica Calván,
Brandon Isaac Gamboa,
Daniela Saraí Gamboa García, salutatorian,
Judith Alejandra Gámez,
Ashley Nicole García,
Devani García en absencia,
Stephanie García,
Jaden Isaiah García,
Jocelyn Eileen García,
Juan Antonio Garcia Jr.,
Kimberly Jacqueline Garcia.
Corina Lilibeth Garcia in absentia,
Marilyn Garcia.
Michaela Marie Garcia,
Miriam Guadalupe Garcia.
Misael Garcia Jr.,
Paola Garcia.
Vanessa Isabel Garcia,
Rafael Garcia Cabrera.
Kevin Santi Garcia Lopez,
Brendan Alexis Carvea in absentia.
Veteran Alfredo Garza,
Donna Joy Garza.
Angela Garza,
Manuel René Garza.
Erasmo Garza,
Kenia Anaí Gaitán.
Montserrat Yamile Garza,
Héctor Daniel Godínez Oviedo.
Janie Joe Godina,
Ruby Gómez. Allen Armando Gómez 40.
María Francisca Gómez in absentia,
Alejandro González.
Carmen Natalie Gómez,
Jamilet González.
Abraham González,
Juan Dionisio González.
Gregorio González,
Carla Stephanie González.
Josué Gerardo González,
Leslie Michelle González.
Juan Luis González,
Denise Yvette Guardiola.
Leslie Ann González in absentia,
Tomás Guerrero.
Luis Alone Guajardo in absentia,
Juan Gamaliel Guizar Sánchez.
Ruby Guerrero,
Kevin Alexander Gutierrez.
Marlene Janelli Guizar,
Abigail Hernández.
Arturo Gutierrez,
Ashley Nicole Hernández.
Iris Gabriela Gutierrez Burgos,
Gerardo Hernández.
Arnon Iram Hernández,
Laura Alisa Hernández in absentia.
Carlos Armando Hernández Jr.,
Oscar Gael Hernández.
Joseph Alexander Hernández,
Raimundo Hernández.
Linda Nicole Hernández,
Gloria Noemí Hernández García.
Pedro Eduardo Hernández,
José Armando Herrera.
Sara Alaisha Hernández,
Miguel Ángel Herrera Jr.
Paola Iracema Hernández Villaseñor,
Karina Huerta.
Maribel Herrera,
Alfredo Ibarra Jr.
Alfredo Aldair Herrera Gutiérrez,
Indira Jacqueline Iglesias.
Emanuel Hurtado Rodríguez,
Odalis Frida Iracheta Aguirre.
Claudia Ivette Ibarra,
José Francisco Jaramillo.
Carlos Raúl Inocencio,
Priscilla Jiménez.
Derek Jalomo Warwick,
Pablo Jair Juárez.
Emily Ruth Jiménez,
Julio César Lara Pérez.
María Cristina Juárez,
Javier Azael Lenja.
José Antonio Lara,
Ángela Saraí Liendo.
Cielo Ivette Lares,
Cristian Eduardo Limón.
Jonathan Alberto Lerma Zapata,
Ired López.
Joseph Liendo Jr.,
Mariana López,
César Antonio Loera Ríos,
Ramiro Esteban López,
Jonathan López,
Alejandra Lozano,
Martín Guadalupe López Jr.,
Daniela Saraí Lucio Ruiz,
Sabrina Nicole López,
Gerardo Maciel,
Miguel Ángel Lozano Jr. in absentia,
Hugo Eduardo Magallanes Villarreal,
Esmeralda Aileen Luna,
Jason Maldonado,
Priscilla Magallanes,
Carla Noemí Márquez Aguilar,
Ruben Magaña III,
Ana Jimena Martínez,
Cassandra Maldonado,
César Alberto Martínez,
Alondra Abigail Martínez,
Eligio Martínez III in absentia,
April Aurora Martínez,
Jennifer Martínez,
César Miguel Martínez,
Leslie Marie Martínez,
Jacqueline Martínez,
Luis Gustavo Martínez,
Kevin Alexis Martínez,
Oscar Daniel Martínez,
Lisbeth Guadalupe Martínez,
Sandra Lisette Martínez,
María de Lourdes Martínez in absentia,
Giovanni Francisco Martínez Alonso,
Samuel Martínez III, Yvonne Yamilex Martínez, Verónica Martínez Torres, Irvin Abraham Mata, Edgar Giovanni Medina Cázares, Federico Ezequiel Méndez, Jesús Ernesto Mendoza, Montserrat Meneses González, Gerardo Mesa Jr.,
Jonathan Daniel Moncada,
Zaira Ameyali Molina,
Angel Montemayor,
Iván Eduardo Molina Vargas,
Sara León Montiel Garza,
Alexa Guadalupe Montelongo,
Esperanza Morales,
Edward Alessandro Montes,
Osvaldo Manuel Morales,
Arisbeth Mora,
Junior Igor Moreno,
Leonides Cipriano Morales,
Sofía Guadalupe Moreno Serna,
Gerardo Ismael Moreno,
Alejandro Daniel Muñoz,
Saraí Moreno,
Jennifer Yamilet Nava,
Adriana Muñoz,
Guillermo Joel Navarro,
Karen Janet Muñoz,
Incela Anaeli Navejas,
María Ángela Nava,
Cristian Aarón Nieto,
Karina Navarro,
Dairen Elisette Núñez Hernández,
Stephanie Negrete,
Magali Noemi Holguín,
Rosa María Nieto López in absentia,
Eduardo Olvera,
Kathleen Ojeda,
Ismael Sebastián Orozco,
Nayeli Montserrat Holguín,
Anaí Ortegón,
Mark Anthony Olvera,
Fernando Javier Ortiz,
Alexia Fernanda Ortega de la O,
Rosenda Rochelle Ortiz,
Luis Omar Ortegón,
Samantha Otero,
Jorge Oswaldo Ortiz,
Vanessa Padilla Torres in absentia,
Damaris Judith Ortiz Flores,
Leslie Pilar Palomo,
Ashley Padilla,
Jacqueline Carolina Parra,
Guadalupe Palomo,
César Basilio Partida Jr.,
Carla Gabriela Pardo,
Vicente Pedrote Gutierrez,
Brenda Irene Parra Tijerina, in
Joanna
absentia.
Cassandra Peña,
Brenda Jacqueline Pedrosa,
Andrea Peralta,
Mónica Isabel Perales,
Azaret Pérez in absentia,
Angela Lisette Pérez,
Erwin Alonso Pérez,
Carlos Manuel Pérez,
Jocelyn Guadalupe Pérez,
J. Joel Aarón Pérez,
Saily Larisa Pérez,
Ruth Guillermina Pérez, in absentia,
Vanessa Elizabeth Pérez Chávez,
Juan Pérez Sandate,
Dulce Jacqueline Pérez Ruiz,
Claudia Pérez Garza,
Jorge Axel Pineda López,
Bernie Pineda,
Georgia Nicole Plaza,
Franklin Elías Pinto Ortiz,
Luis Eduardo Ponce,
Miguel Ángel Pompa Casiano,
Jasmine Prado,
Karen Key Patton,
Nayeli Arismel Puente Sendejas,
Susana Elia Prado,
Jocelyn Annette Ramirez, Jocelyn.
Víctor Jaime Quintero Moya,
Allen Alexis Ramírez Galíndez,
Mark Anthony Ramirez,
Brian Leo Ramos,
Angela Aurora Ramón,
Paola Alejandra Rangel,
Destiny Guadalupe Ramos,
Cristian Recio,
Gustavo Rangel Cabrera,
Mireya Guadalupe Reyes,
Esmeralda Marie Reyes,
Mario Alberto Reina,
Octavio Reyes III,
Catalina Rivas,
Giselle Rios,
Clara Fernanda Rivera,
Amanda Bernice Rivera,
Marlene Rivera Lara,
María Fernanda Rivera,
Fidel Rodríguez,
Eliud Alfonso Rodríguez,
Jesús Ángel Rodríguez in absentia,
Inocencio Rodríguez,
Cassandra Marie Rodríguez,
Giovanni Alexis Rodríguez,
Marisa Yvette Rodriguez.
Luis Héctor Rodríguez Jr.,
Pedro Isaac Rodriguez Jr.
Oscar Manuel Rodríguez,
Andrés Rodríguez Gabriel.
Pedro Jesús Rodríguez Espinosa,
Juan Osmar Rojas.
Jimena Rodríguez Landeros,
Raymond Romo.
Denixa Michelle Rodan,
Joshua Encarnación Rosales.
Richard Romo,
Frederick Raymond Rubio.
Marco Antonio Rosales Jr.,
Maite Ruiz.
Alan Ruiz,
David Angelo Sainz.
Osiel Ruiz Jr. in absentia,
Joshua Nitzrael Salazar.
Kenny Manuel Salas,
Rebecca Salazar.
Kelly Itzel Salazar,
Saúl Santiago Salazar.
Ricardo David Salazar,
Adriana Sánchez Torres.
Kiara Iraí Sánchez,
Héctor Aarón Santos.
Daisy Michelle Sandoval,
Annette Catalina Segovia.
Paola Monserrat Santos,
Dulce Segura.
Samantha Lorraine Segovia,
Arlette Berenice Sierra Estrada.
Lisbeth Serna,
Diego Armando Silva Ramírez.
Martín Silva Jr.,
Iracema Solís.
Abigail Alexis Solano,
Giselle Alicia Sonier Ruiz.
Marco Antonio Solís in absentia,
Eliud Soto.
Elsa Ruby Sosa,
Venustiano Sustaita III.
Juan de Dios Soto,
Marlene Tejeda.
Irvin Abdiel Tapia Segura,
Crisantema Tobías.
Sergio Agustín Tijerina,
José Manuel Torres.
Jason Tornel,
Pedro Torres García.
Ruben Torres,
Jaime Torres.
Cassandra Torres Gómez,
Sofía Araceli Trejo.
Andrés Tobar,
Jesús Francisco Treviño.
Dariela Oralicia Treviño,
José Guadalupe Uribe Pedrote.
Samantha Treviño,
Emily Jane Valdés.
Leslie Melissa Uvalle,
Adriana Michelle Valdovinos.
Yara Yamile K. Valdez,
Evelyn Vaquero.
Suhey Adelaide Vallejo,
Crystal Alicia Vargas, valedictorian.
Alejandra Vargas,
Israel Vargas in absentia.
Ismael Vargas in absentia,
Eduardo Javier Vázquez.
José Fausto Vargas Jr.,
Rocío Alejandra Vázquez.
Jesús Alexandro Vázquez,
Janelli Aileen Vela.
Brandy Ann Vega,
Zaida Lisbeth Velázquez Vital.
Michael Santino Vela,
Kevin Allen Villafranca.
Isis Adelit Venegas,
Ray Villalobos.
Eduardo Villalobos in absentia,
Marcos Antonio Villegas.
Jennifer Villarreal,
David Vitela.
Teresa Guadalupe Villegas,
David Javier Samaripa Jr.
Gerardo Damián Westerman Juárez,
Leslie Elizabeth Zavala.
Kevin Zamora,
René Florencio Zúñiga Jr.
Desiree Jetsinari Zavala Salazar. Congratulations, Warren High School class of 2018.
In closing this memorable ceremony, I would like to thank all the parents, faculty, and staff, and support personnel for joining us today. Please rise, and Mr. Castro and La Banda de Ánimo, are you ready to play our alma mater and fight song? Congratulations, graduates, Martin High School class of 2018.